Subscribe and download over 1 million code snippet including this tutorial from codegive.com, link in the description below. AWS, Amazon Web Services, is a cloud platform that offers a variety of services for computing, storage, networking, machine learning, and more. Python is a versatile programming language that is widely used in software development, data analysis, machine learning, and automation. Combining AWS with Python opens up numerous opportunities for building scalable, efficient, and cost-effective solutions. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to leverage AWS services using Python for various job tasks, such as deploying applications, managing infrastructure, processing data, and automating workflows. Before we begin, make sure you have the following prerequisites. To interact with AWS services programmatically, you need to set up AWS credentials. Follow these steps. Once you have your AWS credentials, you can use the AWS SDK for Python, Boto3, to interact with AWS services. Boto3 is the official AWS SDK for Python. You can install it using pip. Let's start with a simple example of creating an S3 bucket using Python and Boto3. Replace your _access _key _ID, your _secret _access _key, and your _AWS region with your actual AWS credentials and region. Also, replace your unique bucket name with a unique name for your S3 bucket. In this tutorial, we've learned how to get started with AWS and Python jobs. We covered setting up AWS credentials, installing Boto3, and creating an S3 bucket programmatically using Python. AWS offers a wide range of services that can be integrated into Python applications for various use cases, including web development, data processing, machine learning, and more. As you continue your journey with AWS and Python, explore the documentation, experiment with different services, and build powerful solutions tailored to your specific requirements. Happy coding! ChatGPT. Title: A Comprehensive Guide to AWS and Python for Job Automation. Introduction. In today's fast-paced technological landscape, the integration of cloud services and automation has become crucial for businesses. Amazon Web Services, AWS, is a leading cloud platform, and Python is a versatile programming language. Combining these two can open up numerous opportunities for job automation, allowing you to streamline processes and enhance efficiency. In this tutorial, we'll explore the fundamentals of AWS and Python, providing code examples to demonstrate their synergy in automating tasks. Prerequisites. Section 1. Setting up AWS credentials. Before interacting with AWS services, you need to configure your credentials. Open a terminal and run the following command. Follow the prompts to enter your AWS access key ID, secret access key, default region, and output format. Section 2. Working with AWS S3 using Python. AWS Simple Storage Service, S3, is a scalable object storage service. Let's use Python with the Boto3 library to interact with S3. Create a new Python script, example s3_operations.py. Section 3. AWS Lambda for serverless Python functions. AWS Lambda allows you to run code without provisioning or managing servers. Create a Lambda function using Python. Section 4. Triggering Lambda with AWS S3 events. You can set up an S3 event to trigger your Lambda function whenever a new object is created in a specific bucket. Section 5. AWS Step Functions for Workflow Automation. AWS step functions enable you to coordinate multiple AWS services into serverless workflows. Create a step function with a Python state. In today's tech-driven world, cloud computing and automation have become integral parts of businesses. Amazon Web Services, AWS, is a leading cloud platform, and Python is a powerful programming language commonly used for automation and scripting tasks. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to integrate AWS services with Python to create and manage jobs. Before we begin, make sure you have the following: AWS account. Create an AWS account if you don't have one. AWS free tier is available for new users. AWS CLI. Install and configure the AWS command line interface. You can find installation instructions here. Boto3. Boto3 is the AWS SDK for Python. Install it using pip. Log into your AWS Management Console. Navigate to the Simple Queue Service, SQS, section. Create a new queue and note its URL. Navigate to AWS Lambda in the AWS Management Console. Create a new Lambda function and configure the trigger, example API Gateway. Note the Lambda functions are. This tutorial covered basic integration of AWS services with Python using SQS and Lambda. You can explore more AWS services and functionalities to create powerful and scalable applications. AWS provides extensive documentation, so be sure to refer to it for detailed information on each service. Remember to secure your AWS credentials and follow best practices for coding and deployment. Happy coding! ChatGPT